Awesome. Well, my name's Danny. I am our recruitment manager here at Code Platoon. Super excited to have everybody on this call, and hopefully, this will be a pretty informative call for all the individuals that are interested in a path of software engineering through Code Platoon. I'm accompanied here with Kayla. Kayla, do you want to do a quick intro?
Hey, I'm Kayla. I'm on the marketing team with Danny. This is, I think, the third Intro to Coding Live we've done so far, so I'm really excited to see all of y'all go through the course. I am also a coding novice. I made it to about Hello World, and that's kind of where I stopped at the moment. But it is really fun learning like the fundamentals of coding. Y'all will go way beyond that. During this course. But yeah, I hope you enjoy your time learning to code. And I think DJ is going to be a great leader for that.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kayla. And off that note, we have DJ who will be our instructor. DJ, do you want to do a quick intro on yourself and your background with Code Platoon?
Sure, I'm DJ. I'm your going to be your instructor for this course. I'm a graduate of Whiskey Platoon. I'm the Alumni Association president. Um, that's a great course, and hope everybody learns something from this.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so we're here to answer some questions and give you guys a bit of an overview. So first, I'd like to describe Code Platoon. We are a education organization that focuses on training veterans to gain skills within software engineering, AI, cloud, and DevOps engineering. We have two different courses. We have our full stack software engineering course, really focuses around building out web applications. And then we have AI, cloud, and DevOps, which really focuses on using automation and orchestrating how code is being deployed to the cloud, how to connect to LLMs, and really kind of a lot of different facets within cloud engineering. We offer our courses in a full-time capacity that is particular at the moment to full stack. So full-time for us means 40 hours a week, Monday through Friday, and that lasts a 15-week duration, so just shy of 4 months. And then we also offer evenings and weekend courses, which is part-time. So if you have, family, job responsibilities, just not able to make as much time throughout the week, we can meet you where you are. And that's 3 weekdays, traditionally Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 4 hours in the evening from 5:30 p.m. Central Time to 9:30 p.m. Central Time. And then we have a kind of a double session on Saturday. So Saturday is all day, but at least you have those weekdays that you can commit and time during the day for your job, loved ones, whatever responsibilities that you have. With this course, we're really hoping to just kind of evangelize people into software engineering. DJ is going to be the instructor for this course. He's going to take you through a lot of fundamental basics. If you've never written a line of code before in your life, you are in the right place. I see some people on camera. What's up, Corey? How are you doing? I know, I'm sure there's other people that are off camera that are listening, but yeah, I was curious here if anybody wants to put maybe in the chat here, just wondering what your experience in software engineering is and if you've, ever written code or just an overall desire. If you want to be brave and lead us off, Corey, that would be awesome. But just kind of curious where people are at and what kind of experience they might have before this course.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, you're coming through.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm sorry about the two. I was on the laptop and I was on my phone because sometimes the laptop, for some reason, the audio wasn't working. But anyhow, so yeah, as far as code, I'm going to be brand spanking new. I mean, I've
Let's
taken
go.
some computer classes, coming up through different facets of school and whatnot. So I think I have a basic knowledge, and I've tried some things on my own. I've actually started the Code Platoon course, the one online, just to
Yeah.
kind of just to get a little feel for that. But I'm basically starting from scratch.
Love it, love it. And yeah, I can definitely commiserate with that. I learned to code when I was in college. I was a finance major that just wanted to take some extra credit hours and walked into programming one with zero experience And having an instructor is an absolutely fantastic way to learn. It really helps you be guided on your journey and understand what those fundamental principles are. And I think that's something that DJ is going to cover pretty thoroughly throughout this Intro to Coding live class. So I think this will be a great way for people that have zero coding experience to get to that 0.5, and then ideally with some more work, get you to, a really competent, potentially fully fledged software engineer. And then if you're coming through our program, you'll be able to graduate with some skills you can take into the real world, get a job, get into a new career vocation. We've had graduates that have gone on to do some pretty incredible things, and we've been doing this for a number of years. So, yeah. Some things that we'll talk about too in our next Intro to Coding Live, we'll have kind of an office hour session where we'll talk a little bit more about funding. Just to let everybody in the room know, we do accept the GI Bill. We also accept VR&E through the VA. And then we also have, which is new this year, a Pay What You Can scholarship. So let's say that you have no resources, no benefits, no way to pay for your tuition. We offer a scholarship that literally is just like it's described, pay what you can. When you get accepted in, you talk with our admissions counselor and she'll just ask you, what can you reasonably afford to pay? And you give her that number and we'll take care of the rest. So it's a great way to allow anybody to learn, regardless of what their financial situation is and what benefits are available to them. So yeah, that's some exciting developments. Did want to highlight, we do have some upcoming courses. Corsair will be, I have a deadline of November 30th. That is our next course. But right now, we're living in the present. Intro to Coding Live is going to be kicking off October 13th. And I think that is something that everybody in this call, we'd be really excited to see, all these familiar faces there. So without further ado, though, I wanted to see if anybody had any questions, open the floor, see if there's anything top of mind. Me, Kayla, and DJ are here to, support you and help you in any way that we can.
Yep, I have one question.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, James?
Nothing much. I already submitted my phase two of the coding thing. So
Oh, nice.
when would I know if I'm in the program or not? The one I selected.
Yeah, our admissions team usually can take a little bit to get through that. Usually we see a lot of our applicants towards the end of the process, but do you have a date of when you submitted that? Because usually I'd say we're about like a 2 or 3 day turnaround.
It's been about 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay. Let's connect on this offline. I will tap into the team and see if maybe there was a delay there. Out of curiosity, did you complete your application for Corsair or Echo or Juliet Platoon? Do you remember which class you were hoping to take?
I think it was March time frame, I believe.
Okay.
But just full transparency, I'm new to coding, so whatever I submitted sucked. I'm just gonna say that.
Love it, love it. Yeah, that brings us to another thing that we hear a lot is like, hey, you have this, these coding exercises that you ask of us. What's the expectation there? Really, we just want to see your level of effort. We obviously want you to do well on that exercise, but our expectation isn't perfection. You can also take that as many times as you want. You can take as much time as you want to complete it. It is a great way for us to kind of understand, where you're at competency level for coding. And it's definitely something that, we're not expecting 10 out of 10 scores. We're just expecting you to understand some of these concepts like declaring integers, if-else statements, for loops, nested loops. Can you understand a little bit about arrays? Those kind of things are really the building blocks of software engineering. We do ask that people, spend some time, usually around like 50 hours. If you want to put in 75 hours, 100 hours, that's great before your first day in class. We do ask that you kind of spend a little bit of time on there. But I will follow up with you, James. So I'll have our admissions team take a look and I'll connect with you independently.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome. Anyone else? I saw Chris, you go off mic or off mute. Okay, never mind. And does anybody else have any questions, anything that you would like to ask of the team?
Or just say hi, like
That's fine too.
yeah, you're a class, so you're going to be seeing each other starting October 13th, 3 nights a week for a few weeks. So like, yeah, It's nice to get to see some faces. I will look for you, Corey, on October 13th.
Hey, how's it going? I
Hey,
just
what's
wanted to
up?
say, first off, I don't have any coding experience either. I've been using some apps. They have some free apps to learn Python, so I've been using that a little bit. But I did have a question. Were there any sort of like hardware requirements? I know you may have put it in the email, but I don't recall off the top of my head. Are there any requirements? I only have a Mac, so I don't know if like I don't know, possibly getting a little Raspberry Pi would be good for the course.
Yeah, I would say, especially for this Intro to Coding Live course, there is no, requirement that we have. As long as you can connect to the internet, as long as you can get onto a web browser, that would be fine. Our recommendation actually is when you get accepted into the program, a smooth running machine is great. We kind of recommend MacBooks with M1 chips. Walmart just did a crazy great deal. I think they're like $600. Apple started making their own chips with Apple Silicon, and M1 chips are at a really great level, even though they're a few years back, they still operate very well. But any thoughts there, DJ? I mean, for your the work that you'll be teaching, would you say that there's anything that they would need?
Effectively, you hit it right on the head. Yeah, just a functioning web browser, a decent internet connection, and is everything's going to be running from the web browser. Think just like if you've used Office 365 before, or Google Page, or the Google Forms, or any of those things. Everything's going to be contained inside the web browser for this particular course.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah,
Awesome. Thank
makes
you for that. Appreciate
Oh,
it.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I think that not needing to have a ton of different programs running or any specific, operating system just makes it easier for everybody to learn. So we try to keep that as wide of a scope as possible. Hey, what's up, Edison? Thanks for joining us. We were just to catch you up, we were just talking some FAQs. If anybody has any questions around the program, anyone has any questions around Intro to Coding Live. My name's Danny. I'm our recruitment manager here. I'm accompanied by Kayla and DJ, and we're here to answer, anything that comes top of mind. So yeah, just wanted to open the floor up again. Hopefully, if there are any questions out there, feel confident to ask. And if you don't want to go on mic too, feel free to just throw it in the chat. Okay. Well, cool. I guess hopefully people are, if they have the ability to, DJ, did you want to give any kind of coverage of maybe one of the first things that we'll be doing in Intro to Coding Live?
Um, the main goal for today for us is to be able to get our GitHub our GitHub code spaces set up and just pretty much help prep us up for launching on day one. Um,
Awesome. Yeah. And for those of you that might not know what GitHub is, that is a online based web domain that hosts code. So it's a great place to read what other people are working on. It is not an IDE, meaning it's not really running code, but it is a way for you to be able to take a look into how other organizations are building their platforms. A lot of companies transparently keep that private and have a lot of private repos. Meta and Google don't want people poking around and understanding the tricks of their trade, but there are a ton of individuals that will go on GitHub, build out their own applications, make it completely open source, and it's just a great place to learn and see what other people are doing. Almost like if you were an artist, you could go online and take a look at art galleries from around the world and kind of inspect other people's techniques and their products.
yeah, I'd like to add to that. If you're familiar with like your Google Drive, your OneDrive, or your iCloud that's connected to your phone or your computer, depending on what you have, GitHub's a lot like that, where you have your pictures or your photos, your files or stuff like that. You could keep them by default, they're private, but you can always opt to share them with family, friends, and stuff like that. So it's pretty much on that level, I would say.
Great analogy. That's a great analogy.
Yeah, and we also keep the Intro to Coding Live curriculum on Code Platoon's GitHub. So that's like available for anyone who's like real eager and wants to start looking at it. And everyone who does Intro to Coding Live will need a free GitHub account as part of the course to be able to follow along, complete the hands-on coding exercises. DJ is going to walk us through that in a little bit.
And just to add on that, if you do proceed into the full stack curriculum or the DevOps curriculum, those curriculums are also hosted on GitHub. So you get very, very comfortable with this. Throughout the entire full stack course, you learn quite a bit about GitHub. I recently took a exam with my college and that dealt with version control. They usually recommend studying for 8 days. I passed it in 3 with everything that we've learned here. So we're definitely learning some really, really good stuff with Git all the way through intro to coding, right through the full stack curriculum.
Awesome. Awesome. And I know with Intro to Coding Live, we're going to be going through some different exercises, some different things for you, problems for you to work out. It will have you kind of working through some of those different functional fundamentals of software engineering. But also wanted to emphasize too, what's wonderful about our course, and DJ, you probably experienced this, is a lot of the learning is project based. So when you come out of this environment, you're used to working with other individuals, contributing and building out a project. At the end of our courses, we have a capstone project, which is a really cool way for everybody to showcase what they've been working on throughout the curriculum. And yeah, just a lot of translatable skills that you'll learn here that you can bring into the workforce.
Yeah, definitely. As a matter of fact, if you get time, browse through the Code Platoon's YouTube channel. You can see some of the previous cohorts graduation projects. They're really, really great.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm throwing a link to our YouTube channel. Oh, I think you beat me to it, Kayla. There we go. Awesome.
It's all good.
Good stuff.
Cool. So if there's no further questions, should we just kind of jump in to the GitHub workspaces?
Sure, we can get that started right here. I'm going to start sharing screen and I'm going. All right, can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is GitHub's landing page. If you haven't already signed up for an account, you can just go to github.com and then you can, right here or right here, either way, go ahead and sign up for an account, enter in your email, your password. You'll end up, let's see here. Okay, I didn't expect that. Okay, create yourself a password. So you're going to, as you type your username in, well, I know this one's taken. So when you click, there you go. Because this is my actual username I've already established, but it'll give you some suggestions to be able to kind of help you along here. So I'm not going to continue with creating this. I already have a GitHub account, but this is effectively all you really need to do. You'll confirm it through it'll send you an email confirmation. Pretty standard, just like signing up for Facebook, Instagram, or the majority of the services out there. Yeah, just let me know if you have any issues, and go ahead and throw a thumbs up in chat once you're done setting up your GitHub account. If you already followed the note that I put in the Slack channel earlier, you might have already gotten this information. So yeah, as soon as we got everybody rolling, we can move right into the next piece. And I believe everybody should already be in the Enter to Coding Slack channel. I'm going to go ahead and bring that over really quick just to go over some other pieces we have here. We do have a bunch of bookmarks up in here. Whoa. When you're inside the Slack channel, the live curriculum is what we're going to be looking for. Once you have your GitHub account set up and validated through your email, you can click that. And if you're already logged in, it should already bring you directly into the curriculum itself. A couple of the other links we have is this is a pre-recorded video on setting up code spaces and everything we're going over today. This is the attendance form, which Danny and Kayla that's for them to take care of. Here is our link to our classes, which start on the 13th. And then here's the Intro to Coding YouTube playlist to be able to watch a previous playlist. From inside Slack, as we're going through the course and everything, if you're running into any issues, want to chat about something, throw it right into this channel, and there's quite a few people in here. I have it on my phone, and I know a bunch of other people do. So there's always going to be somebody that should be able to help you out.
And I just put a link in the chat there. If you don't have access to Slack, just follow along with that link, and we'll get you. You'll be set up in Intro to Coding live under that Slack channel.
So yeah, once we're all set up with GitHub and we click that link, let's go ahead and paste that right back in here. You should be, we want everybody at this page right here. So you're looking at the Intro to Coding live repository. You've got a bunch of information about the course you can review later. And I just want to get everybody into this spot right here so we can move forward with the code spaces piece. Yeah, just pipe into chat if you're having any difficulties or need any help with something. The Code Platoon GitHub page, that should be the link that I just pasted in there. Should be able to click that and it should take you right to this page. Let me know if that doesn't work. Okay, if we're ready to proceed, you can't sign into the Slack.
I'll get you on the Slack. Don't worry about it. I did send you a message, so if you can just message me your email address, I will add you to our Slack.
And then Adam, I just put a link to our public curriculum for Code Platoon.
Okay, so is anybody not at this page?
Yeah, I'm still behind. I think I'm in Slack. But I don't know how to get. Are you in GitHub? I mean, are you in GitHub or is that Slack? I've
Okay,
never used Slack before at all.
no worries. We're in GitHub, but you can get there from Slack. So what you're going to look for is you're going to look for with the intro to coding, you're going to look for this bookmarks link right here. And it should be, once you hover over it, it should give you a drop down and intro to live coding curriculum. You should be able to just left click that and it takes you right into this curriculum. Now I have it open twice here. It'll open it as many times, but it'll open it in your web browser. So we're going to be operating this from the web browser. Did that help you out, Corey?
Yeah, no, I'm kind of lost. I'm in. Let's see, where is this? Okay, this is Slack. Is there like a place where I can search Code Platoon and then it'll get me there, or because I'm doing this on my computer, not my phone. That's why I'm kind of
Yep, no
look at what
worries.
you're doing and then go on my computer.
Okay, do you have Slack on your computer or is it on your phone?
No, it's on the computer. So I'm doing everything you're saying on the computer. I'm trying to at least, but
Okay.
I'm looking at the phone. Yeah,
Oh, you're watching a video on the phone. Okay.
right.
Okay, so let me take a longer pause so that you can see where I'm looking for. Right here. Can you see where that is on your Slack app inside your computer? That bookmarks link on the inside the intro to coding channel?
Let me see here. This is going to be kind of.
Just added him to the channel, so you may need to
Oh,
like
Might have
refresh
not
for a
been. He's
second.
just on
Oh, that's
Slack,
why.
That
Okay,
was
not in the
that was
channel.
my
I gotcha.
It took me a
okay.
second. Sorry, there were a couple different people messaging me email addresses, so
Okay.
we're working through them right now.
I imagine your Zoom is on your phone, so clicking the link in the chat is not going to help you.
Right. Okay.
All right, do you still need that, Corey, or are you good?
Yeah, I'm just looking for where I just refreshed it and just trying to see if where I need to. It looks
Okay.
different. My screen looks different than your screen, so that's what's making it.
Yeah, the screen's going to look a little bit different. I'm on a different operating system. The UI looks a little bit different. What you're looking for is this intro to coding. That should be the channel that Kayla invited to you. And once you click into that channel, you're going to
Okay.
see these boxes up. You're going to
All
see
right.
these tabs up
I
top.
I got
Got
it.
it?
There we go.
All
Yep.
right,
Thank
there
you.
we go. Not a problem. Okay, so once everybody's here, we're going to be looking up at this drop down right here. This page is a repository, or think a folder inside GitHub. And this particular repository has all of our curriculum information for Intro to Coding Live. The only folders we're going to be really focused on is the lessons folder. The lessons folder and the exercises folder. These two are the only things we really need to worry about here. The rest of the stuff, it's going to be kind of confusing. So let's just keep it simple and we'll just focus on these two. But for starters, what we're going to do is we're going to hit this drop down menu and we're going to open in a code space. Once we do that, it's going to process like this right here. So while it's processing, what we're looking at is a code editor. This is an online version of Visual Studio Code, and this is the code editor that we're going to be using throughout this curriculum. And Visual Studio Code is used throughout the full stack curriculum as well. And let me know if anybody is not at this loading piece right here so we can make sure that we're going through that. I know I kind of clicked through that pretty quickly, but I can easily bring up those menus again. This will take some time. It's all generating. It's basically generating. Think of it as it's generating a virtual computer, a mini computer inside GitHub to be able to run this particular, all of this course material pre-configured for this version of Visual Studio Online effectively. You should get a progress bar and you'll start seeing things pop up. And then effectively, when it's done loading, this is what it should look like. So is there anybody that hasn't gotten into the code spaces or anything like that?
Can you show that process one more time? I'm sorry.
Sure. So inside here, so from this page, you're going to looking for this, the green drop down, and you want
Okay, that's what I was missing.
that code space.
Now.
Yep, that was a little bit of a bad circle there. This is the one that you want right there. Please do not click create a new repository. That's going to add a whole bunch of extra setup stuff that we just don't want to deal with. We're keeping it simple, so we're going to open it in a code space, okay? No worries, Adam. Been there, done that. Is there anybody else that still needs this page? Okay, we'll start moving on. So when you're inside the code space, it's going to open up another tab. So you're going to have two tabs open. You should have your repository, and then you should have the code space itself. Now it's going to open up this page right here is the same README that's right here. So this is the same information. You can read it from here. What we're going to do is we're going to jump into one of the lessons and help set up another piece that hasn't been automated for this particular course to be able to make it so that you can actually run the code from inside the browser. So this repository uses Jupyter Notebooks. Jupyter Notebooks is kind of a nice little tool that you can have stuff like this documentation and then include code blocks right with it. Like you can see right here, it's written in Python. So it detects the language, and then if you can see, there's this little play button here. Now, if you try clicking it right now, it'll give you this pop-up menu. So that's where I want everybody at. Whoa, that's where I want everybody at right now. There should be this kind of looks like a search bar with a select kernel underneath it. And then you have these different options here. Everybody here?
Not yet.
No worries. Did you see how I got that to pop up?
That's what I think I'm missing. I didn't see it. Can you repeat that?
Okay, so right here, it's a square that I have on mine. Yours, if you don't have this top bar open, yours will look like a triangle or a play button. Click that play button and it should pop open the search bar up here. That's probably one of the easiest ways to just get that to pop up.
All right, got it.
Okay. Is there anybody else that still needs any help, or we move on? Okay. So when we're in this spot, we're going to click on Python environments. And what we're looking for is this one right here that says user local bin Python in this side text. So it should be Python 3.13.7 user local bin Python. It needs to be that specific one right there. I'm not going to click it, but you guys go ahead and click it. I'm just keeping this open so that we can continue to see where this is. And let me know if you're not here. Okay, once we click it, what you'll see is this information right here. And what that is after we set this kernel, which is what Jupyter Notebooks requires to be able to execute this code, this is the result of it. So what it's doing is it's like, think of like a linguistics interpreter. We obviously speak English, but if we were speaking to, let's say, someone like a Japanese person who didn't understand English, we would need to use like an interpreter or a translator to be able to cross that bridge. And that's exactly what this is doing. For the most part, the computer only understands on and off. So all of this stuff is actually translated so that the computer can actually execute that. Does that make sense for everybody? So is there anybody who does not have this text underneath the code block here? Okay, so some words to note, to some things to keep in mind about GitHub code spaces is you have 120 hours free every month. That's 120 hours free of running code, and basically as long as this this editor or user interface is open. So when we're done with a class or when you're done reviewing stuff, you want to always make sure that you go in and close it out. So the tricky part is just closing the tab. So if I just close the tab, it's not actually closed. What you need to do is you have to come up to this hamburger menu here. And navigate to this code spaces button. Can everybody go ahead and do that for me?
One more time, please.
Okay, sure. Okay, so did you already close the code space tab?
No.
Okay, go ahead and close that that code space tab. And did you get the code working? That's important. Did that little text box show up underneath there?
It did. I just
Good.
had
Okay.
trouble seeing where you exited out of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all I did was I just closed the tab from the little X up there and came back to the first GitHub page we were at. There is it's not, yeah. Okay, so there's the hamburger menu. That's the little 3 lines. That's traditionally called a hamburger menu. It surprised me the first time I learned it too. But once you click that, you'll have the code spaces piece right here. So once you go into code spaces, you'll see an odd name right here. This is your code space. And you can see right here is that your intro to coding live. And right there, even though we closed the tab, it's still active, it's still running. So it's still counting towards those 120 hours. So that's why we want to hit the ellipsis, the 3 dots right here. And we want to stop the code space. Once you click that, it will actually close out the code space. It is some extra steps, but you don't want to leave the code space running and then have it eat up all your hours. And then we have to, there are alternate methods to go through the curriculum, but if we can avoid that situation, we might as well do it.
Can you do it one more time? I'm having to zoom in and out on my phone so I could follow your cursor. So that's why I'm missing some of the parts.
No
So do that one
problem.
more time.
So from the hamburger menu, or where from?
From where you are right now, where it says stop code spaces. Like, how did you get that?
Okay, so what's your front page? Are you in the code spaces page right now?
I believe so. Yeah, I'm in the same page where you are, where it has
Okay,
the
cool.
explore quick.
So right here, there's the ellipsis, the 3 dots right here.
Oh,
Once you click that,
let me see. I got to find your cursor.
no worries.
Okay, there
Does
you
that
go.
help?
Oh, down. Hold on, let me slide. There you go. Okay, there it is. Okay, down here.
Yep, you click that and you get the pop-up just up there.
Got it. Okay.
You hit the
I see
stop
it.
code space and then you're good to go.
Okay, yep, got it.
All right, anybody else? Okay, so once you stop the code space, now as you see, it's no longer active. Oh, it's no longer active right here. So now you're not actually counting towards that time. Now, on the same note, if we jump to the repo again, so when we go right back to this page, when we're starting out the day, we only need to set up the template once. We don't need to do that again. So the same way that we stop that instance, or we stop that code space, is the same way we're going to start it the next day that we do class. So what you'll do is you'll come up, hit this hamburger menu again. You will navigate to code spaces just like we did to shut it off. You'll see that your code space is right here. That same ellipsis right here. and then you can open in your browser. This one right here. Oh. Does that make sense for everybody? This
Yep.
is more for Monday, the 13th, for when you want to come back in and start when we want to start running the code and going through the actual lesson. We'll probably cover this again, but we're getting a head start on everything, so why not?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So one of the things that's effectively all we need to do to really set everything up, and you're ready to pretty much get ready to you're pretty much ready to dive into the curriculum when we start on the 13th. One thing you can do, which is probably, yeah, it's highly recommended, is you can go into this pre-course. Well, let me back up. I want to show you. You're going to click on lessons. And then inside lessons, oh, it almost lined up. You're going to want to go into the pre-course. When you go into the pre-course, this is just an overview of what we're going to be doing with Intro to Coding. Course overview, some bios on who we are, and effectively a lot of pieces that just go over basically what we just went over, and it'll go into a little bit more in depth and some other extras here. So that's more like homework, kind of read on your own time. Don't worry, there's no quiz. And is there any questions?
Was that, you said that was lessons, and then it was, what was the assignment? Well, what was that? The pre-coding?
Yep, the 0. Okay, so one thing, and you might as well get used to it now. When we're dealing with coding, we always start counting at 0, not at 1. So that's where you want to start, is, well, right at 0. And that'll make sense later through the course and whatnot, but all right. You able to find,
Right.
did you find
Yep, I
that?
got it. Yep.
All right,
Thank
yeah,
you.
no problem. Any other questions? Whoa.
I know a
That's it.
couple folks joined kind of halfway through this explanation, so we did record this. We're gonna put it on our YouTube channel, so you can like go back and watch the whole thing from the beginning if you would like to. Same to anyone who didn't join halfway through. If you want to refer back to anything, this will be available and will be. I'll put the recording in the Slack channel like tomorrow morning.
And on that same note, send me a shout out on, call me out on Intro to Coding, ask for help there. I'll help you out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the beauty of being in those channels, especially how easy it is to use Slack. You can download it on mobile. Great way to connect with other people that are learning alongside you. Great way to connect to the instructor, the recruiting, marketing team. We're here to help. And as a nice little Easter egg too, maybe a reward here, computers starting at 0 is a helpful tip for the first problem in the coder byte exercises and the application exercises that you're doing. There's ways to account for that, but yeah, the numbers between 0 and 4 are 5, not 4. There's 5 digits there. 0 counts.
All right, I'm gonna end up closing out this share. We don't need this anymore, correct?
Yeah, no, I think we're good.
All right.
Awesome. With the
Good to
last
go.
10 minutes here, I know we had some people joining a bit later. My name is Danny. I'm a recruitment manager here. I'm accompanied by Kayla on our marketing team. I guess we're on a marketing team together, but Kayla here, who really runs the marketing team, and then DJ is our instructor and the president of the Alumni Association, here to answer any questions that you might have. So feel free to type it in the chat or go off mic, or if you want to show your face too. We're here to welcome you with a smile. So yeah, any questions, anything that we could provide insights on? All right. All right. Well, we will be sending out an email. I will be sending out an email just following up, asking what you guys thought, giving you my Calendly. So if you ever want to chat, always here to jump on a call, jump on a Zoom, talk over anything that you might have on the top of your mind. Kayla will be posting this video, I think. Did we say in the Intro to Coding Live chat?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the Intro to Coding Slack channel. I'm gonna do it tomorrow morning is when you can expect it. It is Friday
Awesome.
actually, so expect it by Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
Uh,
Awesome. 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 Great. And yeah, thank you all for joining. This was a great session. Thank you so much, GJ, for walking everybody through that and getting them primed and prepped for October 13th. So we're going to be kicking it off. I believe that's 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
That's
Awesome.
correct. But just like today,
Oh, yeah.
one of us, either Danny, not Danny, it's
No, I'll
gonna
be
be
there.
Jim, I think. Or, oh, it is Danny. Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, I'll be
wait,
there.
who was
I'll
it?
be
It's
there.
not me. It is Danny. Okay, so we're gonna kick it off at 5:30. Just kind of similar to today, like open floor for if there's any questions before we get started. Nobody has to be there till 6. We're not gonna cover any like crucial information or anything before 6. Everything will be repeated. But just if anyone has any questions and would like to join at 5:30 Central Time, like you did today, on October 13th, we'll have the Zoom room open then for anyone to join, ask questions, say hi, introduce yourselves to each other, whatever you want to do with it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I hope everybody has a great rest of their Thursday night and weekend. Absolute pleasure connecting with everybody. Take care.